The video begins with a girl looking straight at the main character and saying coldly, "Let's break up." She gives the reason. "The ends of your hair are damaged." The main character stares at her, stunned. He says, "Just for this small thing? I gave you everything you wanted. Was I not enough for you?" Just then, another boy enters the scene. He walks over, catches the girl's shoulder, and says, "Stop crying now, Fei Yum Yum." He looks at the main character and smirks. "This lovely girlfriend of yours ran straight into my arms the moment she found out about my S-rank talent. Brother MC, the look on your face is truly worth seeing." The ex-girlfriend clings to the new boy and says with pride, "Joining up with a strong boy and fighting beasts, that's fate. You know that, right? When boys turn 18, their artifact-wielding powers awaken. We girls awaken our second form, allowing us to become weapons in battle. We need strong boys like Mingyu, only then can we use our full potential. This is for the good of the country." The main character clenches his fists and says, "Strong man? How do you know I won't become strong in the future?" His ex laughs louder. "Stop dreaming. You're not even worthy of carrying Mingyu's shoes. Stop following me." The main character turns away and mutters, "Don't worry. I have no interest in picking up trash." Irritated, his ex yells, "He still thinks he can compete with you. If he even gets A rank, that'd be a miracle." Suddenly a voice calls, "Next, Lin Fang." Lin Fang steps forward to take his name test. He thinks to himself, "It's just a simple talent test. Let's get it over with." The test instructor frowns. "Hurry up. Don't waste time. Others are waiting too." Lin Fang walks up and places his hand on the glowing test pillar. Suddenly, the pillar shines brightly. The instructor stares in shock. "S-rank? Are we really getting 2 S-ranks this year?" The ex-girlfriend and Mingyu stare in disbelief. The ex scoffs. "This person has no better education, no better background. Even if his talent is high, he won't last." But the instructor shouts, "Wait, it's still rising. Is this above S rank?" The light grows brighter. The rank keeps increasing. Mingyu can't believe it. "No way." The test result appears. "SSS-Rank." Everyone gasps. The instructor shouts, "Notify the government immediately." Mingyu yells from the back, "Retest. This machine is broken." Lin Fang calmly sticks his finger in his nose and replies, "You failed, so now you're blaming the machine? That's strange." His ex runs over, grabs his hand. "Ah Feng, wait! I wasn't thinking properly. I always wanted to bind with you. It was just a mistake." Another girl steps forward, calm and confident. She says, "He's mine." "You can't bind with him." The crowd murmurs. She introduces herself. "Lusverin. Senior Class 3. Top beauty of Hua High School." Lin Fang thinks, "Oh brother. Finally, something good's happening in life." The students whisper. "Lusverin never talks to anyone. How is she binding herself to someone now? But he's SSS rank. And she's always wanted to join the ability combat squad." Lusverin walks closer and asks Lin Fang, "Am I more beautiful than her?" Lin Fang nods nervously. A boy cries out from the crowd, "My Sverin! She took away my future wife." Lusverin asks again, "Am I better than her in studies?" Lin Fang sweats but says, "Yes." She smiles. "Then choose me." Lin Fang stares stunned. "Is this what being SSS rank brings?" The school goddess. "Approaching me?" He hesitates. "But I don't even know what your second form is. How can I bind with you so easily?" Lusverin smiles gently. "I want to know it too. Wake me up with your mental power. I'll be yours." Suddenly, a monster attacks. Flames burst out. A senior yells, "Teachers! Evacuate the students! Where's the security team?" Mingyu steps up. "The team will take time. I'll try." He summons his psychic weapon, hunting blade. Chains shoot from his hand and grab Lin Fang's axe. He thinks, Let's see who the real genius is. Second form, hunting blade, activate. The axe transforms into a blade in Mingya's hand. He charges toward the monster. Lusvarin murmurs. Mingya's father is in the ability combat squad. Like father, like son, Lin Fang says. I'll praise him. Once he defeats the beast. But suddenly. Bam! The monster's tail hits Mingya hard. He's sent flying. Lin Fang walks over. What happened? Caught in the wind? Mingya shouts. You don't understand? He thinks. Liang Ru. Her name sounds so weak, he declares to the crowd. It's a B-rank one-eyed tyrant dragon. Its weakness is the eye on its forehead. But I can't reach it. I don't have a flying weapon. Mingya turns and yells at Lin Fang. And you, SSS-Rank turtle. Hiding behind me. Do you even deserve to speak? Lusvarin steps forward, grabs Lin Fang's hand, and places it on her chest. He panics. Hey! It's illegal to force boys. But Lusvarin says, your mental power entered my body. My second form has awakened. Now I can't bond with anyone else. You have to bind with me. She transforms into a super cool bike. Only I can take you up there. So, want a ride? Lin Fang stares. How can a real man say no to that? He hops on and zooms forward. He grabs Mingya's blade along the way. Mingya yells behind him. Hey! Lin Fang replies. Just borrowing it for a bit. Mission to save lives, starting now. The bike climbs the monster's tail at high speed. The monster is stunned. Lusvarin says, I'll take you up. Lin Fang leaps into the air. Thank you. He descends. Slash. Blade strikes the monster's eye. The beast screams and falls. Lin Fang turns to his ex and says, Am I the strong man you talked about? His ex gasps in awe. Ah, Fang. You're amazing. Lin Fang walks over, hands the blade back to Mingyu. Here. Your stuff. The ex reverts to human form. Ah, Fang, don't leave. Take me with you. He scoffs. A broken piece of junk has no value to me. He adds to Mingyu. This blade has been used by an SSS rank like me. Consider it a gift. Mingyu grits his teeth. There hasn't been an SSS rank in decades. Maybe the test was faulty. He gets ready to challenge again. Suddenly, a red-haired girl appears, eating a lollipop. She says lazily, Give that rusty cup back to him. She smirks. I have a better testing device than this. I want to try. I'm the vice captain of the 4th team of the Ability Combat Squad. Would you both like to take our test? Whoever wins will get a chance to bind with a beautiful senior like me. My name is Mingya. She turns confident. If you both want to settle this matter, then follow me. Mingya approaches Lin Fang and flirts slightly. You have courage, Lin Fang. I heard you're the only SSS rank weapon master among this year's students. And seniors really love boys with potential. Lin Fang looks a little shy but says, You being the vice captain of the 4th squad must mean you're really strong. I'd love to see that for myself. Mingya smirks. You'll see soon enough. She leads them to the testing ground. As they arrive, Lin Fang looks around and frowns. There isn't any fancy equipment here like you mentioned. Mingyu folds his arms behind him. You lied to us. Mingya replies calmly. Be patient. Suddenly, members from her squad start arriving. She continues. School devices can only measure talent levels. But how much of that talent you can actually use, that's a different story. If you really want to know your strength, the best way is to fight experienced fighters like us. Our squad members range from C rank to A rank. Whoever you defeat will reflect your true level. Mingya steps forward with a scoff. At most A rank? I'm S rank. Your squad members aren't even worthy of being my sparring partners. Lin Fang thinks to himself. So this is going to be a real fight. Mingyu grabs Lin Fang's axe, turns it into a blade, and says, Fine. Summon your strongest A rank fighter. This won't take long. Mingya smiles. Of course. She walks toward one of her squad members and binds with him. She transforms into a massive blade, and the boy uses her to block Mingyu's attack. Shocking even Mingyu. Mingjie in blade form says, "If that's all you've got, then you were absolutely right. Empress Guardian, awakening skill." The attack forcefully pushes Mingyu back. Thousand Gene counterattack, activated. Mingyu grits his teeth, rising slowly. "No, this can't be. I'm an S-rank weapon master. How could I lose to a mere A rank?" Lin Fang steps forward and says firmly, "That's the difference between bound weapons. Liangru, you're really useless." From the back, Liangru screams, "Lin Fang! How dare you call me useless? I might be useless, but I'm still 100 times better than that girl who can only become a car. I'll see how you two even bind, let alone win." But then, Lusverin's form glows. Combat mode unlocked, dual wield form. She transforms into two sleek, glowing wheel weapons. Lin Fang grabs one in each hand. He says with determination, "How are we going to win?" "Like this." Mingjie's eyes widen. "So now I understand. After fighting with us, her new form awakened," Lin Fang thinks. "So this is the advantage of being an SSS-Rank weapon master. Just one fight, and we've leveled up." He then says to the watching crowd, "Hey, not every bound weapon can level up. Some will never evolve, ever." Suddenly, Mingjie's partner charges at Lin Fang. Mingjie grins. "Yes, genius boys! Let the seniors see your strength." The battle begins. Attack. Dodge. Counterattack. Mingjie says mid-fight. "But if this is all you've got, don't disappoint me." The boy beside her mutters, "Their strength is equal to ours." Lin Fang shouts, "Then let's wear him down first. Change form, mount form." Lusverin turns back into her bike mode. A voice from the enemy side says, "Changing forms won't help. Don't forget, I have the awakening skill." Just as the skill is about to activate, whoosh! Lin Fang speeds up behind her. He yells, "I knew you'd try a defensive counterattack. I observed earlier. This skill can only be triggered from the front, and only at the perfect moment. But by chipping away with small strikes, we've drained your energy, slowly but surely. Until victory is in our hands." Even Mingjie is impressed. One more time, Lin Fang and Lusverin charge in together. But this time, as Lin Fang closes in, the enemy boy intercepts him from the front. He shouts, "You took the 4th Mercenary squad lightly. Now face 1000 Gene counterattack." But Lin Fang vanishes. The boy stares, shocked. Where did he? Suddenly, Lin Fang reappears behind him. Lusverin, still in wheel mode, spins fast in Lin Fang's grip. Bam! Lin Fang strikes the boy directly in the face. The enemy goes flying. He crashes far across the field. Mingjie returns to human form, stunned. How can this be?" Lin Fang smiles coolly. "Oh, I forgot to mention something. During our last fight, we didn't just unlock combat mode. We also unlocked our awakening skill." He looks to Lusverin. "Phantom Traverse." "From then on," Mingjie said, "you're not bad. But don't be too happy. You only tied up with an A-rank squad member." Lin Fang raised an eyebrow and asked, "So there are stronger weapon masters than him in your squad?" "I haven't even shown my full strength yet." Mingjie smirked. "I'm the vice captain of the 4th Mercenary squad. And where there's a vice captain, there's also a captain. He's the only battle-hardened S-rank weapon master in our squad." Just then, boom! A huge blast echoed nearby. Everyone was shocked. Mingjie frowned. "Cargo? Do you think errants are cargo?" Lin Fang looked forward. "What's going on over there? Is the cargo going berserk?" Suddenly, his ex-girlfriend ran up to them, panic on her face. "Help!" she screamed. "That aberrant is eating people! It already swallowed Mingjie." She ran closer and said breathlessly, "Wow, if that dark-skinned guy hadn't stopped it, I wouldn't have made it back." Mingjie reassured her. "Don't worry. Zhou Ming is with our captain. He'll be fine. Lusverin looked around, confused. What's all this chaos? We were just training and now this? Lin Fang spoke up. Let's go check it out. He immediately moved toward the direction of the commotion. They arrived to a terrifying sight. A huge monster was holding two people in its grasp. One of them was their captain. Seeing this, Mingjie gasped. Captain? Lin Fang looked at the struggling figure. So this is the battle-hardened S-rank captain you were talking about? Mingjie began stepping forward. If even the captain can't handle this, then this definitely isn't an ordinary aberrant. I'll hold it off. You all escape! But Lin Fang revved Lusverin in bike form and shot forward. The boy beside Mingjie was stunned. Lin Fang sped up the monster's back and shouted, Now's our chance! But the monster suddenly flung sticky spiderwebs at them. The web tangled both Lin Fang and the other boy midair. Mingjie returned to her human form and gasped. This web won't tear. There's neurotoxin in it too. Just as the monster prepared to strike again, Lin Fang arrived. He slashed through the attack and saved them. Lusverin switched back to bike mode. Lin Fang shouted, I told you, use the chance to kill the spider. Not to save the captain. He's strong, he'll survive. Mingjie frowned. You don't understand. This spider might be part of the mission. We have to capture it alive. And if even our captain can't control it, it's stronger than we thought. The only way to win is to free him, then tie the monster up. Lin Fang extended his hand toward Mingjie. Captain this, captain that, didn't I defeat you just a while ago? Why not try binding with me? The monster roared and threw another web at them. Lin Fang shouted, Hurry! There's no time! Mingjie hesitated, then gave him her hand. Their bond formed. Both vanished from that place, saved in time. Lin Fang called out to Lusverin. Increase speed! Lusverin accelerated, and Lin Fang dashed ahead. Slash! He beat the monster to pieces. The monster screamed. Damn weapon masters! Lin Fang was stunned. It spoke? Lusverin said softly. Its voice sounds like a woman's. Mingjie cut in. Forget that for now. Don't let it escape. Lin Fang turned the bike around. The monster hissed. Who said I'm running away? It lunged again. Toward the captain, it sneered. That S-rank student I just swallowed. He was a tasty appetizer. But if I shred this S-rank captain and eat him too, my power will skyrocket. Suddenly. Swoosh. Lin Fang appeared again. Phantom Traverse. He pulled the captain to safety. Bang! Mingjie in blade form struck with Empress Guardian, 1000 Gene Strike. The monster staggered. How? How can this be? Lin Fang stared down at it. What now, monster? The beast collapsed to the ground. No, don't kill me. I just swallowed an S-rank student whole. He's your teammate, right? If I die, he dies too. Lin Fang hesitated. He was confused. The monster slithered forward. That's right. The weakness of you humans is your emotions. If I take time to fully absorb that S-rank student, I can turn the tables. Lin Fang raised his blade, ready to strike. Mingjie shouted. Wait! Lin Fang, stop! This is the target of our mission. It must be captured alive. The monster's eyes narrowed. Something's off. This boy doesn't care whether his teammate lives or dies inside me. From inside, the voice of the ex-girlfriend screamed. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Come save me, Mingjie suddenly spoke up. There's money in this. Completing the mission means a bonus. If we keep it alive, I'll share the reward with you. Lin Fang's eyes lit up. You said it yourself? Mingjie smiled slyly. Hey kid, you were waiting for this moment, weren't you? And then Mingjie comes back into her human form. The monster laughs and says, We're saved! And starts laughing. Hey, unless you kill me now, once I finish digesting that high-rank student in my belly, all of you will die too. Just then, a loud shout echoes out from somewhere, and Lin Fang gets ready to attack. He says, Don't think just because we're standing here, we can't kill you. Even if I don't want to, I'll have to stop you from absorbing Mingyu and becoming stronger. But before Lin Fang could strike, the monster wasn't attacking. Instead, Mingyu suddenly spills out of its mouth. Smoke fills the air, covering the monster's face. And then a girl walks out of the smoke and says, "I've already spat her out. Pardon me." Seeing this, Lin Fang's mouth hangs wide open. He stares and says, How did this aberrant become a woman?" He suddenly feels shy looking at her. Just then, a restraining electronic collar is clamped around her neck. Someone shouts, "Quickly, put the containment device on her before she transforms again." She's secured and taken away. Magazine then steps forward and explains, "As you can see, this is why the aberrant is so valuable. This is a humanoid aberrant experiment created by the Tangtithian Tower Corporation. They hired it to help transport us." Lin Fang frowns and asks, "Tangtithian Tower? What's that?" Lushran responds, "That name sounds familiar." Then the captain, slowly recovering, explains, "Tangtithian Tower is a massive publicly listed company. It's one of the key enterprises in Shiliang City." Mingji turns to him and says, "Captain? You're conscious again." The captain continues, "They specialize in researching ways to enhance the combat power of weaponsters. Every year, they supply huge amounts of talent and equipment to the military." Then the spider, now in girl form, clings to the captain and says, "Impressive. Who would have thought such a cute girl was actually a terrifying spider-type aberrant? It's good you arrived on time and brought it under control, magazine. If the cargo had escaped..." Mingji runs over and shouts, "Then we would have lost our 2 million reward." From behind, Lin Fang yells, "Hey! Could you not say that so loud? I heard that. You're getting 2 million for this job. And you promised to split half with me. That means I get 1 million. Mingji quickly claps her hand over the captain's mouth to stop him from saying anything more. The captain looks at Mingji, shocked, and says, "Mingji, are you really giving this boy 1 million? Magazine smiles and says, "Why not?" She explains, "It was Lin Fang who defeated that dangerous aberrant. If I hadn't promised him half, he might have killed it. Then what would we say to the higher-ups?" The captain still looks doubtful. "That student defeated the aberrant? That's impossible. I saw it swallow an 8th rank student. I barely escaped with my life fighting it, and you're saying he not only beat it but even spared it intentionally?" Lin Fang shrugs and says, "Well, I should thank Mingji for binding me. If it had just been me and Lushran, we could have stopped it somehow, but controlling it, that's another matter." Hearing that, the captain suddenly perks up and says, So you admit, it happened because of Mingji from our squad. Then we don't need to split the reward. Let's renegotiate." Mingji gets annoyed. "Captain, come on." Lin Fang makes a weird face and says, "You're trying to go back on your word now?" The captain raises his hand and summons his weapon. "No, I just want to know if this kid even has the capacity to handle $1 million. Ever heard of innocent people getting into trouble just because they carried treasure?" In his mind, the captain thinks, let's install the threat assessment scanner and test his combat rating. I don't want to use force if I don't have to. Lin Fang, now holding his weapon, says calmly, "All this talk is getting old. Alright, let's begin." The scanner activates and starts reading Lin Fang's energy. The captain's eyes widen. What? The number's over 1,000. No, nearly 2,000? He shouts. Almost 2,000 combat power? Is this guy really a student? Lin Fang grins and says, "Then what are you waiting for? Make your move." The captain stood frozen, his face pale, thoughts racing through his mind. He thinks, for elite-level fighters, at least 300 combat power is required in real battle. As a quasi-elite captain, my own combat power only reaches between 1,700 and 1,736. Most other mercenary squad captains remain around 1,000. But this guy, he's just a student, and he already has the combat power of an elite captain like Quaj. If he gains more real combat experience... He gulps and clenches his fists. He thinks, There can only be one explanation. I understand now, his binding partner must be of extremely high quality. That's the reason his combat power has grown this fast. From the front, Lin Fang raises his voice. He says, "Hey! You were the one who said you wanted to fight. So stand still and firm now. Are we fighting or not?" The captain grits his teeth and replies, he says, "So you're really an SSS-ranked weapon master. At first I wasn't sure. But now I understand, heroes really are born in their youth." He lowers his weapon a little, narrows his eyes, and continues. He says, "But kid, you won't be able to grow much hiding under the shadow of a powerful woman." Lin Fang furrows his brow and tilts his head. He asks, "A powerful woman? You mean Lusverin?" Lusverin looks confused and chimes in. She says, "What does this old man mean by that?" Magazine then steps in calmly and lifts the mystery. She says, "Actually, the girl is also a student. She used to be a vehicle-type artifact. After forming a bond with Lin Fang, she evolved into this new humanoid form." The moment the captain hears this, his legs wobble and nearly give out. He gasps. "What?" he says. "We've fought together for over a year, and we've only unlocked one combination technique. And you're saying this boy formed a bond with another student, and it triggered a full evolution?" Mingji crosses her arms and smirks. She says, "Not just evolution. She gained new skills too. If I had to guess, I'd say that girl's artifact aviator quality is probably on par with mine." Hearing that, the captain's eyes go blank. He thinks, "New skills? This is insane. Quasi-elite capabilities, vehicle form, and he's just a student." Lin Fang folds his arms and glares. He says, "Hey, are we fighting or not? If not, then as we agreed, give me my 1 million commission." The captain blinks, his attitude flipping instantly. He grabs Lin Fang's hand with a big grin. He says, "Okay. 1 million. But you must join our 4th mercenary squad as a team member. Welcome to the squad." Lin Fang looks irritated. He says, "What nonsense are you saying? I just want the money. I don't care about any mercenary squad." The captain lets out a wise sigh and puts a hand on Lin Fang's shoulder. He says, "Oh, you naive child, a one-time reward is nothing compared to a long-term meal ticket. I admit, you've got SSS-rank talent. But to unlock your full potential, you need experience. With us, you can fight real battles, level up fast, and earn money while you're at it. What's so bad about that?" Lin Fang raises his eyebrows, thinking for a moment. He says, "That sounds really nice." He nods. He says, "Okay." Immediately, the entire squad erupts in cheers. They shout, "Congratulations to Lin Fang on joining our 4th mercenary squad. Welcome! Welcome!" Just then, Mingyu stumbles in, limping and wiping tears from her eyes. She falls to her knees in front of Lin Fang, sobbing. She cries, thank you for saving my life! Brother Lin! I admire you completely now." Lin Fang scratches his head awkwardly. He says, All right. Just calm down. But listen, next time, at least tell me what the mission actually is." Mingyu wipes her eyes and starts explaining. She says, "At first, I just saw them carrying a cargo container. I peeked inside, and saw a woman locked up, repeating a name. It was your name. I realized she was your ex." She takes a deep breath and continues. She says, "Then I got this stupid idea. I thought maybe your weak combat power was because I was holding you back. So I broke the restraints, thinking you could bind with the aberrant instead." She lowers her head. She says, "But as soon as I did that, boom! That woman transformed into a giant spider and swallowed him whole." The captain steps in to explain the rest. He says, "As you can see, this humanoid aberrant was specially engineered to bind with male weaponsters. In today's society, there's a wide range of talent among male weaponsters. At the same time, many female artifacts prefer to bind with strong weaponsters. As a result, weaker males are left without partners. That limits their growth, and wastes potential manpower. He tightens his gloves and continues. He says, and combat-ready weaponsters are in high demand on the front lines of the aberrant war. Lin Fang listens carefully, then speaks from the front. He says, so that's why Tangtithian Tower took this approach. Lusvarin looks at Lin Fang concerned. She asks, what's wrong? What happened? Lin Fang glances down. He says, my father works there. Because of his confidentiality contract, he hasn't come home for 8 years. The next day, Lin Fang sat in his classroom, lost in thought. Even though I've joined the 4th Mercenary Squad, I still have school responsibilities. If I want to uncover my father's whereabouts, I need to focus on missions related to the Tongtian Tower. Just then, Lu Xueran approached him and said seriously, about that company, Tongtian Tower, it's anything but righteous. Lin Fang looked up, surprised. What do you mean? Lu Xueran replied. My father is the chief of police in Keliang City. Over the years, there have been multiple disappearances, all linked to the Weapon Master tournament sponsored by Tongtian Tower. The top contestants. They just vanish without a trace. Lin Fang raised an eyebrow. Vanish? Haha, don't tell me. They're being used for human experiments or something? Lu Xueran nodded grimly. That's exactly what I suspect. The cargo our squad transported yesterday. It was that humanoid aberrant. Didn't Zhou Mingyu say he tried to bind with it? Lin Fang's expression darkened. I see. If the binding succeeds, you gain immense power, but if it fails, you get devoured by the aberrant, just like Zhou Mingyu. His hands clenched into fists as a painful thought crossed his mind. Damn it, Dad. You've been gone for 8 years. Have you been helping Tongtian Tower create these monstrosities all this time? Out loud, he said, I have to investigate this. Lu Xueran nodded. Coincidentally, the Weapon Master tournament sponsored by Tongtian Tower begins tomorrow. If we enter and place high, we might uncover the truth. But it could be dangerous for you. Suddenly, a girl with bright yellow hair stormed over, scoffing. Ugh, you commoners are so annoying. She was Zhao Kursen, the daughter of Zhao Chunxing, the CEO of Tongtian Tower. Holding up a paper, she declared loudly. Listen up. This year's Weapon Master Tournament, sponsored by my father's company, offers 300,000 credits to the winner, and the title of my personally chosen Binding Weapon Master. The class went into an uproar. One student exclaimed, the Weapon Master Tournament's been running for 3 years now, and every top-ranked contestant has been a battle-hardened warrior. Another added nervously, we're just students, and I've heard rumors. Has anyone ever seen the past winners again? A third muttered smugly, that's just because losers like you weren't good enough. Zhao Kursen snapped. Stop bothering me. She rolled her eyes and thought to herself. Seriously, you boys are all the same. Always talking about proving yourselves, working hard for me. But the moment a real challenge appears, you start cowering. Where is my brave, wise, fearless knight? Just then, Lin Fang slammed his hand on his desk and stood up. Fine. I'll enter the Weapon Master Tournament. Zhao Kursen's eyes widened. Clutching her chest dramatically, she gasped. What was that about commoners? Are you saying you're entering to prove yourself to me? Then she blushed, thinking, oh my God, finally! The knight I've been waiting for is here. Lin Fang turned back to her and said bluntly, and he's even handsome. What? Prove myself? Lu Xueran cut in dryly. You've got it all wrong. Before Lin Fang could say more, she quickly covered his mouth and whispered, we're entering the tournament too, MMPH. Lin Fang pushed her hand away and cleared his throat. Ahem. Didn't they say the champion gets 300,000 credits? Zhao Kursen, clearly irritated, snapped. I'm just here for the money. Ugh. You. Champion? She turned away, fuming. How embarrassing. Lin Fang smirked. Dream on. Students began murmuring excitedly. Wait. Lin Fang? Didn't his potential score skyrocket yesterday? He might even surpass Miss Zhao. Talent is one thing, but strength is another. You can't mix them up. Zhao Kersen crossed her arms and said smugly, "What are you talking about? Let's have a match. I'll reluctantly assess your so-called strength." Lu Xueran added with a sly smile, "Let's see if you even stand a chance of placing in the tournament." Zhao Kersen thought to herself, fuming inside. This arrogant commoner has an SSS-level talent? My dad always said people like that are the elite of the elite, but I don't buy it. I'll teach this guy who dares to ignore me a lesson. They soon arrive at a football field, ready to battle. Standing beside Zhao Kersen is her imposing bodyguard. Lin Fang raises an eyebrow and asks, "Is this guy your bonded beast master?" Zhao Kersen replies proudly, "Yes. My bodyguard, Tai, is a high-level beast master. He used to serve on the front lines in the special forces. He's nothing like you, a student who's never even seen real combat." Zhao Kersen and her bodyguard bind together. A glowing suit of armor materializes and covers the bodyguard's body, enhancing his strength and defense. Lu Xueran and Lin Fang begin preparing their own bonding. Lin Fang cracks his knuckles and smirks. "Let's see if you can stand up to him." Tai charges first, moving with brutal speed. Lin Fang blocks the attack, but it takes effort. He's clearly struggling. Zhao Kersen calls out mockingly, "Can't take it, can you? When it comes to strength, you're no match for Tai. And in terms of defense, how does your little bike transformation compare to his armor?" Lin Fang grits his teeth, then suddenly activates Phantom Shift. His figure flickers, vanishing in a blur. In the next instant, he reappears behind Tai and launches a surprise strike. But even from behind, Tai's armor absorbs the blow. His defense is overwhelming. Zhao Kersen smirks confidently. "I have every right to be arrogant." Tai growls, "If you've got the guts, stop dodging, commoner." Lin Fang ignores the taunt. He transforms Lu Xueran into her vehicle form, a sleek, high-speed bike. Jumping onto it, he says, "If I can't hurt you, then I'll just knock you out of the ring." Zhao Kersen laughs. "You want to knock me out? Let's see who gets thrown first." The two sides charge at each other with full force. But instead of a head-on clash, Lin Fang makes a sudden turn, circling around. He maneuvers behind Tai, surprising him. He strikes from behind and yells, "Idiot! You thought I'd fight you head-on?" Tai realizes too late, he can't dodge. Lin Fang's attack lands cleanly, and with one final push, he sends Tai flying out of the ring. Pointing at the stunned bodyguard, Lin Fang says coldly, "Get out." Zhao Kersen and her bodyguard have been defeated. She glares at Lin Fang. "You cheated. That wasn't a fair fight." Lin Fang shrugs. "A deal's a deal. We're leaving, Lu Xueran." Lu Xueran smiles and adds, "Armor gives you great defense. But vehicle mode? It gives unmatched mobility. I wasn't planning to fight head-on anyway." Zhao Kersen hesitates, then finally mutters, "Wait. Since you beat me, I'll reluctantly help you out. Let's join the Beast Master tournament. Together." Zhao Kersen recalled her father's words. Beast Masters bound to a weapon can drastically improve their battle prowess. They level up fast, and can even unlock hidden abilities. She stared at Lin Fang and Lu Xueran, a little stunned. My dad was right. These two upgraded and unlocked teleportation in just a single day. An SSS-level Beastmaster like Lin Fang. They're incredibly rare. Not only is his personal ability exceptional, but he even developed a battle form for his vehicle already. The speed of his upgrades, and the unlocking of hidden functions, is insane. She crossed her arms smugly. How about it? I'm being generous here, helping you win the championship. You should be grateful. We need to make sure Lin Fang wins, and becomes my binding partner, naturally. She then thought slyly. But of course, if he wants to bind with me, he'll have to wait in line behind me. Lin Fang turned and looked at her, grinning. I'm taking a risk, after all. A 955 rated talent beast master is rare. So having multiple binding partners? Not a big deal. Zhao Kursen's smile dropped. She blinked. What? You want me behind Lu Xueran? She pouted and grumbled. Fine, I'll reluctantly agree to that. But wait, you mean not just behind Lu Xueran, there's someone else? Lin Fang raised an eyebrow. What? Another person? Zhao Kursen groaned, frustrated. You want me to be third? Ugh, what a loss. The goods are being sent to Sky Tower, and yet I'm giving Lin Fang half of the 2 million in hand. Scene shift. Elsewhere, Captain and Meng Zi were in discussion. Captain sighed. The situation forces my hand. Meng Zi responded confidently. But I believe Lin Fang brings value worth far more than just 1 million. Captain nodded slowly. The Beast Master competition. Just then, Lin Fang arrived, with Lu Xueran and Zhao Kursen beside him. The captain looked unimpressed. We adults are busy making money. Who has time for some kids' competition? Meng Zi smirked, pointing behind Lin Fang. And who's that blonde lady trailing you? Zhao Kursen huffed, hands on her hips. Humph. Won't even join for a $10,000 prize? Besides, the venue is the Gladiator Arena. My dad invested in it. You can bet on your own fighters from the outside and earn extra cash. All depends on how much you've got. Captain's eyes widened. What? Just 10,000? You do realize our usual commissions are in the millions. Wait, betting? At a financial market? Meng Zi gave a mischievous wink. Didn't I tell you? It's Lin Fang's time to make money for us. Zhao Kursen grinned. She's right. The tournament includes an official betting system. It brings in revenue and pumps up the crowd. Sure, most people lose, but if you bet on me and Lin Fang, you'll win big. Lin Fang looked confused. Wait, what do you mean by it's time to make money? Meng Zi hugged Lin Fang proudly. Great job, boy. I knew you'd become our team's money god. Lin Fang blushed and scratched his head. So, does that mean you're in? Meng Zi gave a fierce nod. Of course. But we're not just here to participate. We're going to win it all. Captain? The captain, now fired up, pulled out a deck of entry cards. Narrator voice. The preliminary round of the Beast Master competition is a monster ring match. Each match features a monster as the host, and players draw lots to determine their challenge order. The earlier your turn, the stronger the monster, and the harder the challenge. Later turns are easier, but come with lower rewards, Meng Zi added excitedly. I also heard about the betting odds. The earlier your ranking, the higher your reward. At best, the odds go up to 10 to 1. That means, bet 1 million, and you could win 10. She gave a wink. Being too conservative is just a waste. Betting on someone below 20th place? Might as well throw your money away. Captain announced loudly. Let's give a hand to challenger number 31, making it to the finals. Someone in the crowd groaned. What's going on? Betting on people outside the top 20 barely gives us any payout, another shouted. Over 30 places and they expect success? Crowd began chanting angrily. Scam! Scam! Refund! Refund! Suddenly, a tournament official stepped forward. The next round is about to begin. Please draw your lots to determine the challenge order. As Lin Fang reached into the box and pulled out a token, he blinked. Number 1. He would be the first to enter the arena. He smiled, excited, until... Heh, how interesting! A mocking voice rang out. His ex-girlfriend stepped forward, Mingyu walking beside her. She laughed loudly. Ha ha! Lin Fang, you're really getting your moment, huh? I thought drawing number 5 was bad, but look at you, going in first. Mingyu stepped up and grinned. Don't worry. Since you saved my life, I'll make sure to avenge you. His ex added slyly. We'll let you weaken the beast first. That way, we can finish it off with ease. Lin Fang turned slightly, glancing at the two, but said nothing. The announcer's voice boomed across the arena. Now entering the battlefield, the number 1 challenger, Beast Master Lin Fang, accompanied by his binding partners, Lu Xueran, Meng Zi, and Zhao Kursin. The crowd roared as Lin Fang stepped into the arena. A massive, fire-level beast stood before them, its scales glistening like molten rock. The audience buzzed with excitement. Get on with it. Start the battle. But amidst the crowd, one man scoffed. First place is just cannon fodder anyway. No one's betting on him. Another man shouted. I'm putting everything on number 20. 1-to-1 odds. I'll turn my bicycle into a motorcycle. Lin Fang's ex laughed cruelly. Ha ha! Lin Fang, you brat. Look at you acting all tough. You can be the warm-up act, drain the beast's energy, and I'll land the final blow. Forget your old love the moment a new one comes along? You deserve this. Meanwhile, the captain stood to the side, worried. Why did he have to draw number 1? These arena beasts are all fire-level threats. They're not something a single person, or even a small team, can take down easily. Lin Fang bet $1 million on himself. I couldn't stop him, but still. He frowned, thinking to himself. Sorry, kid. I've split my bets across the later challengers. Not because I don't believe in you, but with your current semi-elite strength, the best you'll do is injure the beast so someone else can finish the job. Lin Fang turned to Meng Zi and said calmly, Don't worry. The team leader plays fair. Your 1 million is placed on our win. Meng Zi narrowed her eyes. You sure? I feel like he secretly bet against me. The beast locked eyes with them and roared, stepping forward to attack. Lin Fang immediately called out. Everyone, stay sharp. Focus on the fight. The group prepared to bind. As chains of energy wrapped around the 3 girls, the beast lunged. But just in time, Lin Fang completed the binding and launched into motion. He charged behind the monster, aiming for a surprise strike. He leapt. But when he hit the beast, the attack barely scratched it. Its defense was overwhelming. The beast snarled and swung its massive tail. Lin Fang barely dodged, landing hard on the ground. Zhao Kursin rushed over and called out. Are you okay? My armor can still take another hit. Lin Fang grinned slightly. I'm fine. Good thing I bound with you earlier. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have survived that strike. Zhao Kursin huffed, blushing faintly. Humph. Just because you flatter me doesn't mean I'll agree to bind with you permanently. Lu Xueran shouted from behind. Lin Fang! What do we do? Our attacks can't even pierce this thing's crocodile-scale hide. Lin Fang narrowed his eyes. I made a miscalculation earlier. The beast's weak point must be inside its mouth. That's where the armor's the thinnest. Meng Zi gasped. Are you serious? You're actually going to do that? The crowd began to jeer. Just give it up. It's a fire-level beast. You need an entire team to bring it down. Cannon fodder should just get out already. The monster roared again and charged. But this time, Lin Fang was ready. He jumped onto the vehicle form and sped straight toward the beast, dodging its claws. The monster opened its jaws wide. And Lin Fang struck. A flash of light, an explosive surge of energy. And the monster collapsed with a thunderous crash. The entire arena fell into stunned silence. Then, the announcer shouted in disbelief. The fire-level beast has been defeated by Lin Fang. 10 times. 10 times the odds. Did anyone place a bet on this? Announcer. The winner, Lin Fang. First place and straight into the finals. The crowd is stunned. Gasps erupt everywhere. Crowd member 1. Are you kidding me? Over 30 people before him couldn't even scratch that beast. And he takes it down the moment he steps into the arena? Crowd member 2. A 10-to-1 payout. Damn it, I should have bet on him. Captain, shocked. No, that's impossible. Even an elite squad can't handle a fire-level mutant beast. And his power, 2,750? He stares at his screen in disbelief. Captain. Last time, Lin Fang's power level was only linked to a student or vehicle. But now he's bound to 2 students, including our own Meng Zi. This combat strength. It's almost on par with a battle general. If it gets any higher, he could be sent straight to the front lines. Just then, Mengzi stumbles slightly, clutching her chest as if sensing something within. Lin Fang noticing. What's wrong? Mengzi, surprised. I think I just leveled up. And a new skill's been unlocked. I'll check it after the competition. Zhao Kursin, astonished. Is this what it's like upgrading with an SSS level talent? I wonder. Could I level up too after this tournament? Meanwhile, in the stands, an older man clenches his fists. It's Zhao Kursin's father, his expression twisted with anger. Zhao's father, growling. That girl, always turning her back on her family, just like her mother. At this rate, she'll ruin everything. He pulls out his phone, furious. Zhao's father, on phone. Hello, event committee? I want that spirit master my daughter is bound to, Lin Fang, removed immediately. I don't care how you do it, just get rid of him. My daughter will not be dragged into this project any further. Meanwhile, Mengzi storms over to the captain, absolutely furious. Mengzi, snapping. I told you to bet on Lin Fang. 1 million would have turned into 10 million. But you bet separately? 30,000 on others, sure, you won 300,000. But we lost 970,000 in total. A net loss of 70,000. Captain holding his head. Ugh. I'm already crushed from the loss, Mengzi. Stop rubbing salt in the wound. We're doomed. We won't even have enough to pay the squad's wages. Lin Fang, grinning. Well then. How about next time, I bet everything and we split the winnings 50-50. Captain perking up instantly. What did I tell you? Lin Fang is our fourth team's lucky star. Don't worry. Next round, no matter what, we're going all in on you. Mengzi, grumbling. Hey. I was the one who suggested that. Suddenly the announcer's voice booms through the arena. Announcer urgent. Emergency notice. As per the committee's decision, the finals rules have changed. First place will now directly take the title of champion, and the rest will challenge in order of their rankings. The captain is stunned again. Captain yelling. What? A wheel battle. With Lin Fang? I just placed all my bets. But the crowd erupts in rage, even more furious than the captain. Crowd shouting. You changed the rules just because we bet on Lin Fang? This is shady. There's something going on. We want a refund. Amidst the chaos, Lin Fang takes a deep breath and steps back into the arena. Lin Fang calmly. Well then. How's everyone feeling? Confident? Announcer. Lin Fang, the first place champion, please come up to the stage, along with his binding partners, Lu Xuan, Mengzi, and Zhao Kursin. The announcer shouted. Challenger number 20, Li Xiang, please come forward. My duo, hua shi die, step onto the stage for the challenge. One by one, the girls around Li Xiang transformed, each of them turning into pieces of metal armor that covered his body entirely. As his body was encased in this living armor, Li Xiang smirked and said, Only 3 bonded partners? Looks like you're not all that impressive after all, just lucky. Let me show you what it really means to be a man. Behind him, his girls stood cheering wildly, calling out his name in excitement. Lin Fang stepped forward calmly, eyeing his opponent, and said with a grin, Having more girls really does make a difference. You even brought your own cheerleaders, huh? Li Xiang scoffed. You still don't get it, do you? The fact that I can bring 5 girls into battle means I've earned the power to bond with all of them. I've pushed the S-Rank summoner talent to its absolute limit. You might not know this yet, but different summoner talents determine how many female weapon partners you can bond with. And I, already ranked so high at such a young age, reached the 5-partner limit early. When someone more talented than you also works harder, what chance do you really have against me? Lin Fang's expression didn't change. Too bad for you. When it comes to battle, quality matters more than quantity. At that moment, Mengzi, now leveled up and transformed into an upgraded sword, smiled confidently and declared, I don't need a cheerleading squad to prove my worth. Li Xiang narrowed his eyes, preparing to attack. I was going easy on you so you wouldn't get overwhelmed. But now, you're just a stepping stone for me to shine. Lin Fang smirked. Let's see who's the real stepping stone. Both of them launched forward on their bikes, colliding in a fierce clash. But right away, Li Xiang's weapon was overpowered. One of his bonded partners, now in weapon form, was damaged and let out a pained sound. Li Xiang was stunned. What? How did this happen? He turned to his weapon girl. You're useless. What kind of trash-quality weapon partner are you? Meanwhile, Lin Fang gently patted his great sword and said with pride, Don't blame yourself. My weapon here, she used to be the vice-captain of a mercenary squad. You're not the first to be outclassed. Mengzi giggled, her voice playful. Heh. Thanks for the compliment, Lin Fang boy so? Should we try that move? Furious, Li Xiang tossed aside his injured weapon girl like garbage. Useless. Then, he bonded with 2 other girls on the spot, forming a massive machine gun. Time to get serious. Didn't expect this, did you? I've got firearms. He unleashed a rain of bullets at Lin Fang. But Lin Fang, still riding his bike, dodged every shot effortlessly, zigzagging through the hail of gunfire. In a flash, he was behind Li Xiang, striking hard. Li Xiang barely managed to throw up a metal shield in time to block the attack. But it wasn't enough. Mengzi had fully leveled up, her strength rising dramatically. Lin Fang charged forward, unleashing his devastating Crimson Flash technique. Li Xiang struggled to defend, but the sheer power overwhelmed him. With a massive explosion, the battle ended. Li Xiang was sent flying, defeated. The announcer's voice rang out loud and clear. Victory goes to Lin Fang! The crowd erupted into cheers. Spectators stood up, shouting Lin Fang's name in celebration. But among them was one man. Glaring at the stage, his fists clenched tightly. He wasn't cheering. He was boiling with fury. His eyes locked onto Lin Fang with murderous intent. The man stares forward in disbelief and mutters, No. Impossible. My talent, my hard work. But Lu Xueran steps up and says confidently, You're facing an SSS-Rank summoner. When it comes to talent, you can't even begin to compare to Lin Fang. Mengzi laughs and teases. Little boy, you must have too many girls chasing after you. It's made you delusional about your own abilities. S-Rank is merely the starting point for true geniuses. The man shouts back. So what? I've already pushed my bonding limit to the peak of my talent, and someone as outstanding as me, countless girls are begging to bond with me. That's true strength. Then Zhao Curson joins in sharply. Do you really think having more bonded partners makes you stronger? Female weapon partners also have quality rankings, A, B, C, D, E, F. The higher the quality, the stronger the rejection effect. Bonding with multiple high-tier weapons takes true summoner skill. I could tell from the moment we clashed. Your best partner is no more than B rank. The man growls. Then what about yours? You. How do you know that? Zhao Curson answers without hesitation. S-rank armor-type weapon partner. Lu Xueran steps forward and declares. SS-rank vehicle-type weapon partner. Thanks to Lin Fang's SSS-rank talent, I was able to awaken into my combat form. Mengzi adds with a smirk. S-rank weapon-type partner. If I were as undiscerning as you. The man is stunned and yells. There would be a line of guys begging to bond with me stretching beyond the city. The announcer's voice cuts in. Lin Fang has successfully defended the arena again. The audience erupts in cheers. Yeah! Just like that, take them all down. The rest of the challengers are only going to get weaker. But not everyone is happy with Lin Fang's victory. One man clenches his teeth and mutters, Damn it! If Lin Fang wins, my casino's going to take a huge hit. Suddenly, a voice interrupts. I have a way to stop Lin Fang from taking the championship. But you'll have to let me add someone to the competition. The others turn to look. Whoa! Isn't that Chairman Zhao? We've been waiting for you to save us. One of them whispers. Male summoners have a fixed number of partner slots, but there's still room for manipulation with female weapon partners. Chairman Zhao gives a cold signal to someone and mutters with a smirk. Lin Fang, you're not taking my daughter and ruining all my plans. A dangerous-looking beast girl steps forward. But Lin Fang quickly wins his next match again with ease. Lin Fang successfully defends the arena again. The announcer shouts. Only 2 challengers remain before the championship title is his. Lin Fang is breathing heavily, exhausted from the string of fights. Mengzi walks up to him and asks, "Are you okay?" Lu Xiaoran comments with concern. "Even if the challengers are getting weaker, you've been fighting non-stop for too long." Zhao Kursen adds, "I'm fine. I just leveled up, watch me in a bit." The announcer's voice booms again. "Let's welcome the next challenger." Lin Fang gets ready. 2 challengers step into the arena, but his eyes focus on one particular girl. He freezes, shocked. A strange energy pulses from the beast girl's body. Lin Fang narrows his eyes and says, "This female weapon partner. Something's off." The announcer signals, "Battle start." Lin Fang charges forward. He wants to end this fast. He opens with his signature Crimson Flash charge. But the man blocks it with ease and scoffs. "You think it'll be that easy?" Lin Fang is stunned. "She caught it?" The opponent grins darkly and says, "I've already transcended." With a sudden, brutal move, he strikes Lin Fang hard with his leg, knocking him back violently. Lin Fang was sent skidding across the ground, but he quickly stabilized himself, gritting his teeth. He said, "His physical power has increased drastically. Even through my armor, I could feel how heavy that kick was." Zhao Kursen nodded, her expression serious. "I felt it too." Lu Xiaoran narrowed her eyes. "That girl he just bonded with, she seems familiar." Lin Fang, now slightly wounded, muttered, "What is this strange feeling? The wild aura coming from that female weapon partner. It's oddly familiar." Suddenly, the beast-like man launched a surprise attack from behind. Lin Fang sensed the danger just in time and dodged swiftly, widening the distance between them. Lu Xiaoran shouted, "His speed is insane. I'm barely able to track him. But he's just a claw-type weapon, so how is he this strong? His speed rivals that of a vehicle type." Lin Fang narrowed his eyes. "The real issue must be that female weapon partner. I need to stall and observe more." The beastly man continued chasing Lin Fang relentlessly. But mid-chase, the man suddenly reacted with irritation and yelled, "Is running away all you're good for, Lin Fang?" His aura exploded around him, growing more savage and intense. He prepared to launch a devastating attack. Lin Fang, alarmed, thought, "What's he doing? Why does it look like he's losing control of his movements?" Mengzi called out, "If the opponent's going berserk, predicting his moves becomes easier. Isn't this your chance, kid?" Taking her advice, Lin Fang dashed forward with a sharp glint in his eyes. His desire to attack is overwhelming. He's fighting purely on instinct, then I'll use that against him. But to Lin Fang's surprise, the beast man smirked with a crazed look. "I've been waiting for you to make a move, Lin Fang. Finally!" Yet in that very instant, Lin Fang struck with precision, severing both of the beast man's arms in a single, clean blow. The crowd erupted. Lin Fang had won again. Tears welled up in the eyes of the captain, who cheered loudly. "Phew! Lin Fang, looks like trusting you wasn't a mistake after all." But Lin Fang's expression shifted. He stared at the downed enemy and said cautiously, "Wait, why hasn't he unbound yet?" Suddenly the man, severely injured, bleeding from his mouth, stood back up. A strange, ominous energy began to surge around him. The captain's face twisted in disbelief. "What the hell? He's still standing? Let me check his combat level." As the captain scanned him, a warning popped up on his system screen. "Warning! Warning! Target is non-human. Combat strength unknown. Switching to beast disaster classification." The man's body continued mutating, his features twisting into a monstrous form. Lin Fang's eyes widened. "I remember now. That girl, she's just like that humanoid spider beast from our last mission." He clenched his fists. He's already transformed into a half-human, half-beast monster. A storm wolf-class threat. Mountain-level disaster. The moment the terrifying wolf beast appeared, the crowd was stunned. One man gasped. The defeated contestant turned into a beast? How is that even possible? Another added. And it's a mountain-level beast? A third shouted in panic. This is bad. If it loses control, the spectators will be in serious danger. High above, the chairman watched it all unfold with a calm smile, sipping his wine. Looks like that guy won't escape the beast's backlash either. Oh well, as long as Lin Fang is eliminated, it works out perfectly for me. On the battlefield, the wolf beast let out a thunderous roar. From its mouth, a powerful shockwave burst forward, an attack that Lin Fang struggled to block. Mengzi shouted. This kind of attack. The Emperor's Guard won't activate. The wolf beast lunged toward Lin Fang with blinding speed. By the time it reached him, Lin Fang was on his knees, panting heavily. I've been fighting for too long. I'm out of stamina, he muttered. The beast prepared a vicious strike. Lin Fang could see it coming, yet his body wouldn't move. Suddenly, a massive explosion shook the arena. Damn it! Someone in the crowd shouted. I lost everything. These officials, how did a beast sneak into the competition? Is this some kind of scam? The captain looked on anxiously. Lin Fang emerged from the smoke, alive, saved just in time by Lu Xiaoran. But the wolf beast wasn't done. It charged again, even faster than before. It's even quicker now, Lin Fang said, alarmed. Lu Xiaoran responded. I'll use a skill to shake it off. With her help, Lin Fang narrowly evaded another onslaught. But the wolf beast remained relentless. Its claws slashed forward, forcing Lu Xiaoran to drop out of her super bike form. Lin Fang crashed to his knees again. Huff! So this is the pressure of a mountain-level beast? The captain sensed something strange. Then he saw it. Lin Fang's power was rising rapidly, surging beyond comprehension. Even Lin Fang was confused. My body. It's moving on its own. Then Zhao Kersen called out. I told you, I leveled up. This is my new awakened skill, power armor. I can control your movements. Lin Fang's eyes narrowed. He stood tall, determination burning in them. Now's our chance, Mengzi, Zhao Kersen, life or death strike. He lunged forward and slashed the beast's arm clean off. The wolf beast howled in agony. Lin Fang jumped back onto the superbike, cursing. Damn it. Since I wasn't the one directly attacking, I was a bit too slow to finish it off. Zhao Kersen snapped. Hey! Are you blaming me for being slow? Lu Xiaoran stepped in. Now's not the time to argue. We need a better plan. The wolf beast roared again and resumed its pursuit. Lin Fang glanced back. Power armor, huh? I have an idea, but I'll need your full cooperation. Lu Xiaoran, get ready. Got it, she replied instantly. The crowd, watching in awe, murmured. I was ready to give up. A mountain-level beast. Even the military struggles to defeat those. But he's still fighting. The captain leaned forward, eyes fixed on Lin Fang. He believed in him, but he was also worried about the money he had bet. The chairman smirked. To think you'd last this long. You're more impressive than I thought. On the battlefield, Lin Fang blasted around the wolf beast with calculated explosions. It figured out direct attacks weren't working. So now it's using ranged ones. That's exactly what we need. Stick to the plan. If no one else will move, then I will. He accelerated toward the beast. The wolf beast charged its storm cannon, ready to obliterate him. But Lin Fang was faster. He leapt from his bike, sword drawn, closing in before the beast could release its attack. The wolf beast, panting heavily, tried one last desperate strike with its claws, convinced it had split Lin Fang in two. But it was an illusion. Lin Fang had slipped behind it. Slash! A devastating strike landed square on the wolf beast's face, sending it flying through the air. The announcer's voice trembled with disbelief. It's down. Lin Fang has defeated a mountain-level beast. with just 3 female artifact masters. The crowd erupted in wild cheers. No one could believe what they just witnessed. Even the captain was stunned, then smiled in admiration. He used his newly awakened Elito armor as a decoy, and snuck in a surprise attack. That's not just strength, that's strategy worthy of an elite captain. Lin Fang collapsed into the arena, breathing heavily. Finally! It's over. Zhao Kersen and Lu Xueran returned to human form and rushed to his side. Zhao Kersen was the first to speak. But seriously, who the hell let a beast into this tournament? Lu Xueran answered. It must have been a mutation, from a previous humanoid beast rebelling against its artifact master. Still sitting, Lin Fang muttered. Humph. If you want answers, go ask your father. What? Lu Xueran's eyes widened. My dad? Then the announcer's voice boomed again. Everyone stay calm. There is still one last challenger. Now let's welcome Lin Fang. Lin Fang blinked. Crap. I completely forgot there's still one more. The crowd panicked. Wait, there's still another fight? Lin Fang just took down a mountain-level beast. He's got nothing left. What kind of insane tournament is this? Even if they sent a dog out now, they'd win by default. The captain muttered. Let's just hope it's not some weirdo. The announcer continued. Now, let's welcome S-Rank Artifact Master Zhou Mingyu and A-Rank Artifact Master Liang Ro. From the other side, Lin Fang's ex-girlfriend smirked. Guess I'll take the easy win. Zhou Mingyu laughed coldly. Lin Fang. Looks like it's your turn to suffer. Lin Fang looked up at them and muttered one thing. Oh. It's him.